guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I really want to do a try a chapter video. I've never done one of these videos before, but I was trying to plan out what vlog I want to film in November because I like to do a vlog every month, but I just can't decide. I think I want to do a backlisted thriller vlog because I have so many thrillers, like this bookshelf. Well, not the entire bookshelf because there's a Stephen King shelf, but the rest of the books are all thrillers, and I have so many backlisted thrillers that I bought and never read, and so I really want to read a chapter of each of these books today and decide. I think I'm going to pick 4 and I'm going to vlog those 4. So whatever grips me, that's what I'm going to be reading for the month of November. So that's what I'm going to do because I have way too many thrillers that I need to get through that have been sitting on my shelf forever. I am about 3 sips into this coffee and I'm already having a panic attack. I'm getting dizzy and I feel like I'm going to throw up because I don't drink caffeine. So this video is just going to be chaotic. Okay, I'm sitting on my floor today because I live here and I can, and I'm sorry if the lighting is all messed up because of the sun coming through the window, but I just want to chill, you know? I'm sitting on the floor with all my books and it's my favorite place to be. So I picked out 10 books that I've had sitting forever. I mean, one of them I actually just got. Some of them are fairly new, but some of them have literally been sitting here forever. So I am going to show you the 10 books that I picked out, and then I'm going to start reading a chapter of each, and then I will come back after each one and tell you, I'll give you a rating, and then at the end I'm going to rank them from book that I was least interested in until most interested. I'm super excited to film this. I see people film these videos all the time, but I just never have time to do it. But now I'm off for a couple days, so I'm super excited that I'm finally able to do this. So the first book that I have is The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. Super intrigued by this one. I've owned it forever, and I saw Savannah from Riveting Reads read this, I don't know, probably a couple months ago, and she really enjoyed it, and she told me that she highly recommends it, so I trust her. I really want to read this one. Then I have Pines by Blake Crouch. I absolutely love Blake Crouch, and Justin keeps telling me that I need to read this book because he wants to read it. So I really need to get on that. I've owned this for 2 years now. I don't know why I've never read it because he's one of my favorite authors, so I have high hopes. So we'll see about this guy. And then I have The Family Plot by Megan Collins, another thriller that I've heard good things about. I bought this a couple months ago at Barnes & Noble, on sale, and my friend Anissa from Bookish Academia on Instagram said that she really liked this one, and I love her, so. And then The Replacement Wife by Darby Kane. This is the author of Pretty Little Wife, and I really, really enjoyed that thriller, so excited to check that one out. Then I have Elisa Jewell here, The Girls in the Garden. I've owned this literally forever. Lisa Jewell is one of my favorite authors, so I really need to get on reading her backlist. Another favorite author of mine, Alice Feeney, His and Hers. This is the only Alice Feeney that I have not read ever, so I'm excited to check this out. Love her. The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor. This was a gift from my friend Anissa, who I was just talking about. I'm really excited to read this one. I've heard nothing but good things. I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about this book, so excited. The Last Flight by Julie Clark, another thriller that I've heard excellent things about that has been on my TBR for actual years, and my friend Erin from Bookshelves and Bubbly on Instagram told me that this is a really good one and that I need to read it ASAP, and I trust her. So then I have Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I've heard really great things about this one. I know McKay loved it, I know Haley loved it, I know Jordaline loved it. all my most trusted sources. So I'm excited to check that one out finally, another one that I've owned forever. And then last but not least, Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough, another one that I've heard really good things about. I like Sarah Pinborough. This is the new release from this year, and McKay said that it was good. Of course, I love him. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this easy for myself, and I'm gonna go in reverse order. So I'm gonna read the first chapter of Insomnia, and I'll get back to you. Okay, just read the first chapter of this one. It's only a couple pages. It was okay. You know, she's like, oh, there's something in the house, but then she wakes up and nothing is there. So like, I don't really know what's going on with this one. It didn't really give me a whole lot. I'm gonna go with a 5 out of 10. This one, all I know is like, she's afraid of turning 40 because her mother like went mad when she was 40 or something. Her mother stopped sleeping just before her 40th birthday and went mad. So now she's like starting to develop insomnia as well. I don't really know much else. And I'm gonna start the first chapter of Razorblade Tears next. And this chapter's only 2 pages. Oh, okay. So I just read the first chapter of this one, and it was only 2 pages, and it just gripped me because it's about this black man. The cops come to his door and they're like, do you have a son named Isaiah? And he just feels this like impending doom, like the sense of tragedy. And going in, like, you know, on the summary of the tab that his son was murdered, and I am just like, oh, it's already like sad. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so I guess his son and his son's husband, they've been murdered, and I think his dad, so it's like the black dad and then the white dad kind of come together, and I don't really want to know too much about it, but I hear it's just like a really powerful book, and yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 so far. Next, I'm gonna read a chapter of The Last Flight. I think this one's about this woman, Claire, who has this husband that's like a piece of shit. You know, he's kind of like the husband from Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. If you know, you know. And I guess she boards this flight, and her and this other woman like switch plane tickets, and they kind of like switch lives or something. I don't really know, but yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Okay, guys, I think this is another 10 out of 10. This is like, it was about 12 pages. It's getting right into the action. We're following this woman, Claire. Her husband is like this huge political figure. They are being compared to like the Kennedys, and he's a piece of shit. And so she's trying to get away from her husband. She has this friend that she meets named Petra, and she kind of keeps her a secret from her husband. It's like her secret friend, and her friend knows something's up. She's like, I see bruises on you all the time. So she admits like, yeah, my husband's an asshole and I'm trying to get away from him. So she is helping her like set up this plan to get away from her husband and kind of switch lives with someone. And this is just like right straight into the action. 10 out of 10. Next, woo! I'm literally useless with these nails. The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor. Let's see how many pages this is. All of these have prologues that are like 2 pages, so I've been reading the prologue and the first chapter. So yeah, this is only 7 pages. Let's go. I don't really know what this one is about. So the prologue opens up with like a dead, mutilated body, and I was like, okay, this is definitely up my alley. And then there's like this poster about these two missing girls, right? And then the first chapter is only like 3 pages, and it's about this church, and the bishop is like, we're not getting any, you know, people aren't attending classes, they're not attending church services, and our main character, the Reverend Jack Brooks, he's like, well, yeah, no shit, like it's a crime scene in the area, like there's police and police tape all over the place. So the bishop transfers him to this chapel. It's called, what the heck is it called? Chapel Croft. And so I guess him and his daughter are going to move there, and there's some like mysterious stuff that happened. It says 500 years ago, 8 martyrs were burned. 30 years ago, 2 teenagers were vanished, and 2 months ago, like someone died mysteriously. So I don't really know. It's not really giving me much. I'm intrigued, but I'm gonna go with like a, I don't know, 7 out of 10. For this one. Next, I'm gonna do my girl Alice Feeney here. I don't even know what this one is about either. I don't know what any of these are about. I usually just read my thrillers blind. There's 2 sides to every story, which means someone is always lying. Someone's always lying in Alice Feeney's books. Anna will do almost anything for her career as a news anchor. When she's asked to report on a woman's murder, the village where she grew up, it soon becomes clear that Anna isn't just covering the story, she's at the heart of it. The detective is suspicious of Anna's involvement in the case. He knows that she knew the victim, but he hasn't told anyone that he knew her too. And Jack soon realizes he is a suspect in his own murder investigation. So everyone's a suspect, someone's lying, typical Alice Feeney. I will get back to you in a second here. So I just finished the first chapter of this one. It was about 10 pages, and it was okay. Like, it was literally just setting up the story of this woman, Anna, and her job as a news anchor. And she's kind of like taking over, filling in for this woman that's on maternity leave. I mean, not exciting, but we already get hints that she is an unreliable narrator because she is drinking all the time in typical thriller fashion. So I think I'm gonna go with like a 5 out of 10. I am intrigued because it's Alice Feeney and I really like her writing, but it wasn't really giving me that much. Next, oh, we're halfway there. I'm going to start Girls in the Garden by Lisa Jewell. Let's see, this one is about like these girls are murdered in a garden. As you can tell by the title. So it's like their children run free in and out of other people's houses in this cute little small neighborhood, and you know, the neighbors have been living there forever and everyone trusts one another, but it says, are they really safe? When a father's schizophrenic break ends in tragedy, Claire, lots of Claires, moves in with her 2 daughters, Grace and Pip, and she befriends some people in the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. During a neighborhood party, preteen Pip discovers her 13-year-old sister Grace lying unconscious and bloody in a hidden corner of a rose garden. Sounds sinister. I love it. There's like this little map, which I love. I just love when there's like maps in thrillers, don't you? All right, so let's see. This is 5 pages. I'll let you know. Okay, 10 out of 10. This is like fucked up. So again, we're jumping right into the action with this one, and this girl, you know, her mom is like sick, she's throwing up, whatever. And she goes outside and there's just like this little party going on. Some people are over and she's like, hey, have you seen my sister? Okay, this girl, I think she's like 12, and she finds her 13-year-old sister in the garden, pants pulled down, breasts exposed, all bloody. What the fuck? We're reading about a 13-year-old child. Lisa. What the fuck? What the fuck? I am definitely intrigued. This one sounds really fucked up, and 10 out of 10. Woo! That's probably the best one so far, I think. Okay, moving on to The Replacement Wife by Darby Kane. I don't know anything about this one either. How many wives and girlfriends need to disappear before your family notices? Ooh, girl. Eliza is a mom and wife living in a nice quiet town. She's convinced her brother-in-law is a murderer. Okay, girl, go off. Josh has a dead wife, a missing fiance. He's a mess. And now she's trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, let's see. This is only 2 pages. I don't know if we're gonna get much out of this, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, yeah, that really didn't give me much. It's just someone planning and scheming and plotting something. Probably murder. I don't know. It's intriguing, but not that much because it was like a page and a half. So I think I'm gonna go with like a, I don't know, 5 out of 10. Intriguing, but just like not enough to grip me yet. It's hard because some of these you're getting like a good solid chapter to like make a judgment, but some of these you're getting like a page and a half, and it's like, okay, I can't really judge a book based off of like the first page, you know. But moving on to the family plot, this is about this girl, Dahlia. She's raised in an island mansion, okay, jealous, deep in the woods, and she's isolated by her true crime obsessed parents. She's unable to move beyond the disappearance of her twin brother when they were 16. After her father dies, she returns to the house, and they discover buried in the father's plot is actually her brother Andy. And there's also some kind of like serial killer running around the town. I don't know. Let me see what I can get out of this one. This one. Okay. Got a decent amount here. Woo-wee. This is, okay, 14 pages. So I will get back to you on this one. Okay, so that first chapter was basically the synopsis that I read to you. This girl, you know, she's kind of going over like how her family is obsessed with true crime, and they named all of their children after like true crime victims, like Dahlia, Tate, you know, like different names. And it's really fucking weird. And I guess her mom's parents were murdered. And there's also this like serial killer that was going around their town in this island that they lived on or whatever. And now, you know, they're going back to bury her father, and they all, you know, go back to the old house, to the family plot to bury her father, and her brother is already in that plot. And it's just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? It's intriguing. I think I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. Yeah, definitely interested in this one. Next, I'm gonna do Blake Crouch. I mean, I'm not gonna do him. I'm gonna read his book. God, I'm like starving. Oh my God, this chapter is like 50 freaking pages. I don't have time for this. I am starving. I'm shaky because I have to eat lunch. Like, I've been sitting on this freaking floor for hours. And I'm like, okay, am I really gonna read this full chapter? Oh wait, no, I lied. It's 15 pages, 16 pages. Okay. This one, I don't even know what this is about. Wayward Pines, Idaho is a small town. Secret Service agent Ethan arrives in search of 2 missing federal agents, and he's soon facing more than he bargained for. Am I more than you bargained for yet? I've been dying to tell you. A violent accident leads him in the hospital. He has no ID, no cell phone. Everything feels off. Okay, sounds like a Blake Crouch book. Okay, so the first chapter of this one, this man basically wakes up, he's all black and blue, he doesn't know what happened to him, he doesn't remember who he is, what his name is, he only remembers like a couple random facts about himself. He wakes up in this strange town, and he's trying to discover like what the hell happened. He's like, he doesn't know if someone like beat him up, if he was in a car accident, like etc, etc. And now he's slowly kind of like starting to remember what happened and how he ended up there. So this seems like it could be a good one. It seems like a typical Blake Crouch book, which I love. Based off of that first chapter alone, I think I'm gonna go with like an 8 out of 10. And then last but not least, The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. Let me see how long this first chapter is. Another page. A page. It's literally 1 page. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything out of that, but it just says, Beth has always known there's something strange about her daughter Hannah, the lack of emotion, disturbing behavior, delight in hurting others. She's scared of her and what she's capable of. Luke comes from the perfect family with the perfect parents, but one day he disappears without a trace, and his girlfriend Clara is desperate to discover what has happened to him. Belle, why are you knocking all my books over? It says, A Life Built on Lies. As Clara digs into the past, she realizes that no family is truly perfect and uncovers a link between Luke's long-lost sister and a strange girl named Hannah. So is this Hannah person like a murderer? We don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything out from this 1 page, but here we go. Oh, okay. The first sentence. At first, I mistook the severed head for something else. Severed heads. All right, I'm into it. Okay, I was wrong. I was like, I don't think 1 page is gonna hook me. I am freaking hooked. This girl, Hannah's a little psycho. There's like the severed head. I think it's like, it's a bird's head. I think she murdered her pet bird or something. And she's like, yes, mommy, what's wrong? Oh my God. Ah! This might be another 10 out of 10. You guys, this is perfect because I ended up with 4 10 out of 10 books. So they will be the books that I'm reading for my vlog. So quickly, I just want to go over like my ranking. So in 10th place is The Replacement Wife, just because it was like a page and a half. So it's like you can't get much from a page and a half, but this still sounds like a really good book. Like all of these sound good. All of these I definitely want to read. They all hooked me in a way, but this one, like, I just didn't get as much from it as the others. And then in 9th place was Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough, kind of the same thing. I really didn't get anything from the first chapter, but still sounds like a good one. And then in 8th place, His and Hers by Alice Feeney. Obviously want to read my queen, but you know, I'm just learning about a news anchor. And then 7th place, The Burning Girls by CJ Tudor. This seems like a really good one, but, you know, didn't get much from like 5 pages. And then, let's see, 6th place, Blake Crouch, Pines. Sounds like a good Blake Crouch book. 5th place, The Family Plot by Megan Collins. Sounds like a crazy true crime whirlwind of bullshit. 4th place, so these are the 4 that I will be reading for my vlog. Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. Seems like it's gonna make me cry. Seems like it might destroy my life. 3rd place, The Last Flight by Julie Clark. Sounds like a good for her thriller. I'm gonna find out. 2nd place, The Lies We Told by Camilla Way. This one sounds sinister. Love it. And then in first place, my girl, Lisa Jewell, The Girls in the Garden. Sounds really fucked up. A 13-year-old already was murdered and probably assaulted in the first 5 pages. So yeah, these are the 4 that I will be vlogging. I'm so excited for November now. These all sound freaking amazing. Let me know if you've read any of them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.